Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy and a pleasure to be out here in nature and greeting you, bringing a message of emancipation to you, a message that would set you free, teaching you that all you have to do is look inwardly and get rid of all mental slavery. That's the reason why I want to teach you how to understand and apply the laws of the universe in your life. By first of all understanding that there are certain laws that governs the universe and also governs all of humanity, and that we have to align ourselves with the universe and also work with these laws. And this law of which I'm going to speak to you about is basically the law of tithing, which is the law of giving and receiving. Now, many do not realize that this is a law, and the reason why they do not realize this is a law is because of the way how the Bible has been taught to most people. Now, most people were taught that the Bible is a secular history and that the Bible is literal, and that the events of the Bible they took place up and out thousands of years ago, and that the Bible is speaking about persons who existed thousands of years ago. But that is not true. The Bible have no reference to anyone who ever existed thousands of years ago, or to any actual event that took place upon our thousands of years ago. Now, the Bible simply addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, because the Bible, it is not literal, neither is it secular history, and the Bible was written symbolically. So when you come to understand that the Bible is your own biography and it is dealing with the human psyche, you will also come to realize that God is your own human imagination, or God is the creative power in man. Now when you come to that understanding, then you will be able to see God in each and every one, because you come to also understand that God is life and life is God, and that you cannot separate God from life or life from God. So you cannot separate yourself from the rest of humanity. It doesn't matter what is your geography, it doesn't matter what is your religion, and it doesn't matter what is your complexion or your race. You can never separate yourself from humanity. So you have to understand that tithing offers you a great blessing. That's the reason why I did a book called How to Open the Floodgates of Abundance, and I explained Malachi chapter 3 for you and show you if there's anyone that you have to give tithes or pay tithes to, it has to be first yourself, and how you must first pay yourself 1/10 of everything that you earn. And wherever, but I can't remember if I put this part in the book, but wherever you are receiving your spiritual food, you should also give 1/10 there also. Now, there are those who might say, well, the Bible says 1/10. It doesn't say 2/10. But it's not 2/10, it's still 1/10. Now, spiritual mathematics will teach you 1 plus 1 still equals 1. So you can keep 1/10 for yourself. And wherever you're receiving spiritual food and you tell yourself, well, here is where I am receiving spiritual food, you can give 1/10 in that area. Okay? So with all of that being said, if you're a person who's been coming to this channel and this message has been resonating with you, and you believe here is where you're getting your spiritual food, and you feel led within yourself to tithe to this ministry, I'll be quite grateful. And I have a Patreon, and you can always check out my Patreon, and you can always donate on that Patreon, because what you're doing, you're actually giving to yourself, and you're coming into a place of agreement with me. You're saying that we are one, and I am willing to exchange my energy with you. Now, when we look at nature, we see the trees giving off oxygen, and we're receiving that oxygen, and we're giving off carbon dioxide, and the trees are receiving that carbon dioxide. Okay, and then the trees will give back what? Fruits, and so on to us. Or the plants, the plants will give us food. Okay, the animals also. Okay, for those who eat animal food, eat animal for food, I should say. Okay? So anyhow you turn and anywhere you look, you will see the whole entire universe is based on giving and receiving. And everything is giving and receiving. And the very thoughts that's going through you has that same principle. Because as a man sow, so shall he reap. And as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So it's sowing and reaping. So you always tithing. So in the Bible, when you read in Malachi chapter 3, where he says, he said, try me now. See if I won't open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you will not have room enough to store. Now the reason why many people were shocked towards giving is because of the church system and what they've been seeing. But you have to come to realize that the people who've been going to church and been giving their tithes, many of them are giving tithes with a mindset of fear, a mindset of doubt, a mindset of condemnation and judgment towards others. And they're giving tithe and they're paying tithes with a mindset of a God outside of themselves and a mindset of a literal hell somewhere and a literal devil living outside of themselves. So they are giving in ignorance. But those of us who are more aware and more enlightened, we have to learn to master this law in our life, in giving. Now, you might say the giving do not have to be money, it could be other things, and that is true. It can be any other thing. Because even as I give you my time, and people normally say time is money, because people exchanging time for money when they go to work. Okay, and I'm putting forth my energy. Money is energy also. So my brother and my sister, it will always show you that doesn't matter what. It's all energy. And money is energy. And money is what we use to trade with in this world. And that is what so far holds value in the world of Caesar. Let's put it that way. In the world of Caesar, that one holds value. But we know in a deeper understanding, the real value is basically your thought. So tithing begins with the mind. Tithing has to do with the mind. So the reason why you see many people giving to these mega churches and many of them still living in poverty is because of the mind. Because they do not understand tithing in the true way. They never had a change of mentality. And the universe can't bend its laws to suit them. So my brother and my sisters, remember, tithing begins with the mind. Tithing is more mental. So as long as you understand the principle mentally, when you give, there's no way that the storeroom or the floodgates, I should say, of heaven will not be open to you and pour you out a blessing, because you're giving with the right mindset, with the right motive, with the right understanding, because you know who you are and you know who the other person is, and you realize that they are actually yourself being pushed out. You realize this whole world that you're seeing is just an expression, you understand, of the inside. So if on the inside you have the right concept of yourself and the right concept of tithing, there is no way that the universe is not going to give you your harvest. Now when it comes to tithing and Malachi chapter 3, I definitely would like to, go into deep study into it and go into deep study into the Bible. And present myself in a way whereby I can spend more time, spend an hour and a half and so on, explaining the scriptures and so on. I'm bringing, a message to people that they can really sit and digest even more. But you see, for me to do that, I would definitely need support from others in order for me to do that, so I can go full time in this. I don't do this full time. I have a business on the side where I normally do, and most of the time when school is out, I have to relax until school is back and so on. But as long as I can get the full support of those whom this message resonating with, then I would get the things that are available because of your support that we're able for me to bring even more depth to what I'm saying to you, because I'll be able to go live and so on, and I'll be able to set up somewhere, you know what I mean, that I can, you know, reach out to you and so on, and be able to, you know, even get a place in my country that I can invite people to come and listen to me maybe nightly, okay? That's it, not every night, okay, but maybe say 2 to 3 times in the week, and I'll be able to broadcast it to you also and help you, so we all have to work together. Because you see, my brother, my sisters, many people normally try to condemn the Christians who will give to T.D. Jakes and give to Creflo Dollar and give to Kenneth Copeland and Gloria Copeland and so on, and all these other people. But we have to be honest with our own selves. Some of these people, they are getting results, and some are not getting results. Because you have to realize that everybody who goes to church actually believes in the teaching of what the church is teaching, because there are people who belong to secret society and all of these things that be going to these churches and they know better. Okay? So let us practice what we are preaching, and if we who say that we are more aware, more enlightened, if we are truly aware and enlightened, then we'll want to reach out to people more and help people more. So when you help others, you're actually helping yourself. When you support others, you are supporting yourself. So that's one of the law that we definitely have to master. And you realize I'm spending even a lot of time on this topic. Right now I'm sweating because, you know, the sun is hot and it's always hot down here in the tropics, and I'm sweating a lot, you know, because I'm pushing out a lot of energy bringing across this message to you, because I really want us to really understand the principle of tithing and what it's really all about, and realize that those who've been given with the wrong mindset haven't been receiving anything. But you who have the right mindset, put it to work and see, because you have a challenge. You say, try me now. See if I won't open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you do not have room enough to store. And let me say this, when you have the right concept of giving, or the right concept of tithing, it means that you have grown out of the old man and come into the new man. Because if you don't go out of the old man and come into the new man, you're not going to get the results that you are looking for. You can't take new wine and put it in old wine skin. You can't take the old garment and patch it with new garment. So you have to die to that negative self completely, and forget about trying to change everybody else, and change yourself. And by your actions, you would know what is your mindset, because action always speaks louder than words. So with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, I'm looking forward for your comment, your response, your likes, your subscription, and so on, if you're new and you've never subscribed before, and for you sharing this very important message. And let me just say this, you know, when I look at melanated people like myself, many of them seem to always be struggling, but when you check out their giving, many are very stingy in their giving, you know, and even those who normally give a lot, they are giving with the wrong mindset and the wrong motive. So if we want to see change, let us be the change. Now, this message I bring to you, I always remind you that it is a single-eyed message of self-realization, and they're trying everything to forbid you from getting your single eye or your third eye open. But I'm saying to you, according to Matthew 6:22, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And when you have the experience, you bust your crown chakra, and you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.